Hey guys, it's your boy Corporate100 and welcome to my TNA Impact results video. Last night's Impact was pretty eventful. Also, let's just get straight into the video. Impact started off with the Aces and Eights coming out and started talking about club business, we're gonna vote on a new VP. We started talking about Brooke, him and Brooke, and they turned his attention to X Division champion Chris Sabin. So yeah, they talked about that. It was pretty stupid, pretty boring. Pretty boring. Pretty boring segment. The only upside was that they actually ended it. They were merciful. They were in fact very merciful to end that segment. But not before the main event Mafia came out after Bully Ray rejected the proposed fight between Aces and Eights and the main event Mafia at oh, what's the name of the pay-per-view? Destination X. But Sting said that they would pick off the members one by one, leaving Bully Ray to defend his world title alone for the first time since he won it. Sting also said that they knew his member of the main event Mafia will be revealed later in the night, and he is a heavy hitter. Interesting to hear that. Then there was a segment where we see Chris Sabin coming into the arena. Then there is then it's the first tag team match of the Joker's Wild Tournament. Each tag team who wins the 3 tag team matches, the members would go to into a gauntlet later in the night for the 25-point prize. The first match was the charismatic name Jeff Hardy and the lawyer Joseph Park against the loner AJ Styles and the main event Mafia Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe. So it was Styles and Joe against Park and Hardy. Joe and Styles picked up the victory. Joe made Park tap out to the to his rear naked choke thing, Coquina clutch, I think he calls this. So they advanced into the gauntlet. Then they show Karen Terrell getting ready for the ladder match against Gail Kim. Then there's the next match in the tournament thing. It was Jay Bradley, the new one of the new guys from Gut Check. He was drawn with Big Supermax Hernandez against the unlikeliest of unlikely teams, Mr. Anderson of Aces and Eights, and Magnus of the Main Event Mafia. I just knew that would happen. When Anderson was announced, I was thinking to myself, watch now, it would be Magnus. And that's exactly who it was. Magnus and Anderson picked up the victory. Anderson did absolutely fucking nothing. Basically, Magnus did all the work, and Anderson celebrated as if he had won the match himself. Then we have, there was, we see Austin Aries and Bobby Roode talking. Austin Aries bitching about a conspiracy to Roode that Hulk Hogan used. Made him lose the title last week to Sabin. Then Aries suggested that if Roode had helped him, maybe it would have turned out differently. And Roode said he has his own problems. He can't be going on and helping Aries in his messes because he was 0-3 in the Bound for Glory series. Roode said that the gauntlet match, he needed it. He needed those points. And to be fair, he has a point. He does, in fact, need it. And then they were interrupted by Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels, and Kazarian. Kazarian said that the four of them were obviously going to be in the last tag team match. Aries was saying it was going to be that he had a good feeling that it was gonna. I mean, not Aries. Daniels was saying that it was going to be that he had a good feeling it was going to be the Bad Influence against Roode and Aries dirty heels, they call themselves, apparently. I didn't even know that. But yeah. They left, and then Aries and Roode. Aries started making jokes about the way they talk, and Roode said that one thing him and Aries can agree on is that they hate Bad Influence. You're right on par with just about everybody else. Then we see Gail Kim preparing for the ladder match. And then it was time to find out who would be teaming up with who. But didn't go the way Daniels had predicted. It was Daniels and Aries against Roode and Kazarian. When Daniels came out after being announced, he was so cocky. He was waiting for Kazarian to be announced as his partner. But then it was Austin Aries, and by process of elimination, that meant Kazarian was with Bobby Roode. Roode and Kazarian picked up the victory. Kazarian accidentally pinned Daniels. He was thumbed in the eye by Austin Aries, and Daniels tagged himself in to just check on Kazarian. Kazarian, not realizing who was there, accidentally rolled up Daniels and pinned him. But Daniels was pretty much a good sport. He raised Kazarian's arm as they made up, because they weren't gonna break up Bad Influence. Uh, then there's a segment of Bully Ray saying that the VP vote is coming up. Then we see Brooke Hogan and Hulk Hogan talking about Bully Ray, and she said she just wanted to take care of business. She didn't want to talk personal until after the show. So Hulk leaves her to go and take care of her business. Then we see Aces and Eights going into the back. I guess in their locker room or something, or wherever they hang out. I guess their clubhouse, to vote on the VP, and the vote was, of course, between Anderson and Doc. And Bully Ray said that he wasn't gonna vote; it would leave it up to all the others. So it would have been interesting to see if Bully had voted, but I think he would have voted for the man who did eventually win. And I'll get to that in a second. So everyone had their own vote. It started with Anderson and Doc both voting for themselves. Then it went to everyone else. Wes Briscoe picked Anderson. Devon picked Doc. Garrett Bischoff picked Anderson. Taz picked Doc. And then Nux had the tie-breaking decision. Doc was all confident that Nux was gonna pick him. He hadn't had the beer balls. They, drink their beers. And Nux toasts Doc and then votes for Anderson. Pretty much saying, yeah, I'm sure I'll vote for you. No, wait, screw you. Anderson's our new VP. I can definitely see, Doc. I definitely think this is building up to maybe Doc leaving Aces and Eights, because it seems like him and Anderson have not been on the same page as of late. He's been doing a lot of things wrong, and that's what happened when it led up to the departure of D'Lo Brown. And it would make sense, because then Aces and Eights would be down a member, and that would be good for TNA to get them down a member. So it seems like Doc is pissed that Anderson is now the VP. Like I said, I think Bully Ray would vote for Anderson anyway. Even if he did vote. So tells you there are 8 members of the Aces and Eights. There were 9 before D'Lo Brown left, but it looks like they're going to be cut down to 7. It's just a question of when Doc will leave the group. Leave in the comment section below if you think he will in fact leave them, or maybe he'll do something to prove that he should be the real VP. Then it was time for the Knockouts #1 Contenders ladder match. Mickey Hims came out before the match started to sit at ringside. She even high-fived the kid. I guess trying to still act like a face, even though we know she's turned heel. The ladder match, it was insane. It was one of the best Diva matches I've ever seen, and I watched their match at Slammiversary. It was absolutely amazing. Gail Kim, say what you want about her, she's got a lot of brains. She Taryn Terrell had her in the Dragon Sleeper, and Gail Kim tied Taryn Terrell's hair to the ropes, allowing Gail Kim to climb the ladder and get the contract and the #1 contendership. I don't know when they're gonna face, but I guess like maybe I assume it's gonna be at a big pay-per-view. That's why I assume it's gonna be in next week's Destination X. Then it was time for the main event, the Bound for Glory Series Gauntlet Battle Royal. There was a lot of shit happen, but the winner was Magnus, so he is now on 49 points. The man is just racking up the points. I think it is only a matter of time before we see Magnus as your new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He seems like he is unstoppable. Then it was the last segment. It was Chris Sabin and Hulk Hogan in the ring. Chris Sabin was about to give Hogan the X Division title, making it official that he would challenge Bully Ray for the world title at Destination X next week. Bully Ray talked about how he's a bad person. That Sabin doesn't want to fight him again. All the same stuff he was talking to Sabin about before. Sabin then mentioned that he beat Bully Ray in in Team 3D's retirement match, and he also said that he's the only one to ever kick out of the 3D. Pretty sure people have kicked out of the 3D. It's not that hard. But yeah, so Sabin pretty much mocks Bully Ray's, do you know who I am bit. He says that 9 times out of 10, Bully would probably be a little man like him, but he needs one. He said all he needs is one shot, and then that Destination X, he'll be over Bully Ray, saying to Bully Ray, do you know who I am, referring to Chris Sabin. He said, and then he said, I am Chris Sabin, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And then he gives Hogan the X Division title, making the cash-in successful. And then Bully Ray says that he never fights alone, and then out come the Aces and Eights. But before anything could happen, it seemed like Sabin and Hogan were ready to fly off an attack, maybe because they thought Aces and Eights were going to do something. Before Aces and Eights could do anything, here comes the main event Mafia. The main Mafia's music hits. Out comes Sting, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and Magnus. Sting talks about how Sabin will fight he's Bully Ray and Bully Ray alone, and he says that the family, referring to the Main Event Mafia, and their newest member would make absolute sure of that. And Sting revealed the newest member to be Rampage Jackson. And you should see Bully Ray's face. It was hilarious. And you should have heard Taz just go, no, 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 no. They were all livid. They were all pissed. So, yeah. The Bound Glory standings at the moment are Magnus is first with 49 points. Samoa Joe is second with 19. There's a gap of 30 to Joe. Then comes Hardy on 17. Daniels is on 14. AJ Styles is on 12. Anderson, Aries, and Hernandez are on 7. Kazarian, Jay Bradley, and Bobby Roode all have zip. And Joseph Park has -10. So far the lineup for Destination X, it's not that big of a card. There's like 2 X Division 3-way matches. There's the world title match, and there's meant to be a match to determine a new X Division champion. How that will play out, we have to wait and see. So that's how TNA last night's Impact played out. Let me know what you thought of Impact if you saw it yourself in the comment section below. And until next time, this has been your boy Corey Pierce 100. Please like, subscribe, and peace.